So I'm in Brooklyn, New York on this fine January morning, and we're visiting my friend Ade at New Brand Gaming, the most amazing game space in New York City. Come on.
Hey, Dan.
Hey,
How are
Ade. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
And these actually come apart. They're modular too.
Yeah. These even come apart.
And they can make stairs.
Yes.
It's incredible.
So all of these, everything is just pieces of upcycled foam.
Tell me, how long did this take you to make?
If I had to track it, maybe 4 weeks. But all the buildings, all the stone buildings, those took about 4 weeks.
And each of these buildings is handmade.
Correct. Out of foam, scrap, waste. I try to take all the waste and upcycle it before it goes into the dumpster. It's a frozen setting inspired by Frostgrave, which is a skirmish game that was created by Joseph McCullough about 8 years ago. I have an abundance of frozen terrain, so that's where I started to try to build a game around the materials that I have. Because it kept me focused on the aesthetic, which is why I made these buildings the way that I did. They're inspired by the story of Frostgrave, with golems creating and helping wizards create structures out of stone. So I felt that that was a great place to start, and then I just continued it on and invited people to play in the games, create their own characters, and my ethos lends itself to the experiences that they're looking for.
You feel adamant that gamers should no longer be in the basement. Tell us about
it. Basement dwelling is for the past. Gaming is first floor level and up.
See, what I'm thinking, the whole idea of the dining room, like this room where we're only gonna dine like 2 days a year, is ridiculous. It should be all like this.
Gaming room. I think the concept of Dungeons and Dragons in the basement is an archaic thought.
If you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, are you gonna go crafting and painting?
If I can't go back to sleep, yeah, sure. Totally.
What?
I have rule books near my bed, different from Greyhawk, from Sly, Flourish. I have books. I surround myself with the content.
I have books in my bathroom.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I usually just go in there with my phone. I finish work, I come home, I make dinner if it's my day with my daughter, because right now we have split schedules. And then everything after that is spent towards my hobby.
Do you do work before you go to work?
Oh, definitely. I have to. That's stealing time. I don't have to be into work until 9 o'clock in the morning, and I live 5 blocks away from my job, so I can literally time it so that it takes me 7 minutes to get to work. So I wake up at 6 or 7, and I paint or I build something because I'm stealing time from the day for myself. Even if it's 10 minutes in the morning that I'm putting a wash on something, I know that when I go to work, I'll feel good about what I had just accomplished because it's chipping away at my overall goal.
What Wizards of the Coast is thinking, they're concentrating on a virtual tabletop. And you are going in the other direction. You have the ultimate analog tabletop. Why? What does analog gaming do that a virtual tabletop does not do?
It brings people together physically, and it keeps them together physically. I've seen it impact my kids and their friends and my friends. Having a club that specializes in being in person, it continually brings us together. The digital realm, I'm not too keen on that. I know that it is for some people, definitely not for me.
What does physical terrain do that virtual tabletop cannot do, in your opinion?
So much. Like I said, I have kids. I have 4 kids. My 2 youngest, one is 11, one is 7, and they play on the tables. All kids love to play with toys. It just opens up creative possibilities exponentially. I mean, anything from planning the session with their friends to planning the design of the table layout to actually orchestrating the layout and then playing the game. Like it touches on so many different frequencies of interaction with people.
How many groups you got going at any given time?
Well, potentially I could have as many groups as the software would allow me. We use visual aids.
So each of these buttons represents a group.
Represents a group or characters, creatures, what they're currently interacting with that would be playing at any given time. Half of the challenge for people living in the city is they don't have space. So in order to be able to play an immersive game, they would need terrain, they would need pieces, game pieces, a table. Most people don't have enough space for their dining room table in the city. So having the space available and all the terrain provided, they could just stop in and dress the table and play a game.
You're essentially going in exactly the opposite of Hasbro in every single way.
Totally. Because it just makes sense. The direction that they're moving opens doors for opportunity for creatives, because there's going to be a huge kickback.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. I've seen it. There is a desire for in-person playing, for sure. The community aspect of it is the strongest point of doing this. You know, like it's just the energy that you get from all the creatives that are involved, because it's not just me. I mean, the space incorporated golden demon painters, really good crafters, collectors, and just having all that energy centralized in one location. It's an experience that I can't really explain. My intention is to relocate to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Not sure of the details yet on location, but my intention is to publicly open to play.
Well, we'll be here to support you. Thanks so much for your time.
I appreciate it.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I love that you appreciate it, and I hope that all of you can appreciate it too.
And if you enjoy this content, check out Dungeon Craft on Facebook and Patreon, where you can get an extended version of this video, and you can find links to Deathbringer, Eldritch Hack, and Ade and New Brand Gaming below as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. May all your rolls be 20s.
Ade. Together, we can start our own YouTube channel. I'm tired of these dungeon pizzas. He's got more dungeon pizzas than Domino's. Think about it and give me a call. And the rest of you can get a Deathbringer t-shirt and watch more of these videos.